Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 2 of the league tournament that happened at Die Hard Games on May 9th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format anyone wants, really. More info in the description. League Challenge today, Thursday, May 23rd at 6 p.m. GLC Gym Leader Challenge, Thursday, May 30th at 6 p.m. And fun, format friendly tournament events coming this June. All Central Time, all at Die Hard Games, and check out Pokemon's event locator for premier events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. This is going to be a new one for me. Raging Bolt EX versus Chien-Pao EX. Looks like our Chien-Pao player is kicking things off for us here as they draw for the first turn of the game. They are going to examine that Raging Bolt EX. It has the Bellowing Thunder attack for a lightning and fighting energy 70 times. You may discard any number of basic energy cards from your Pokemon. This attack does 70 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So, kind of a cousin to Chien-Pao in the sense of discarding lots of energy to do lots of damage. We'll see how the game develops as a Earthen Vessel is played by our Chien-Pao player. That has them discard a card to search their deck for up to 2 basic energy cards. Shout out to the Burger Bar as the food fuel sponsor. Just kidding. Tonight. Alright, they grab a couple water energies out of deck with that Earthen Vessel. Next is Greninja concealed cards. Discard an energy and draw 2 cards. Next is a Pokestop. You may discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Any item cards discarded this way can be added back to the hand. I think they were just 3 non-item cards that went to the discard pile there. A Bidoof and a couple other pieces. Let's see if our Chien-Pao player can get the all-important Frigibax down on turn 1. Yeah, Irida, double Bidoof discarded there, I think, with the Pokestop, and 0 Frigibax down. This may be the opening the Raging Bolt needs as the Sandy Shocks EX comes into play, as well as that Radiant Greninja. Sandy Shocks is mostly there for its ability Magnetic Absorption. Once during your turn, if your opponent has 4 or fewer prize cards remaining, you may attach a basic fighting energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So that's how you can accelerate energy into play for the Raging Bolt Bellowing Thunder attack. The Sandy Shocks can also be an attacker for 2 fighting and colorless 200 damage. But we'll get to that as it comes up, as this Golden Ultra Ball is being eyed up as a play here for our Raging Bolt player. Ultra Ball, of course, has you discard 2 cards in order to search your deck for a Pokemon. It could be Basic, Evolution, any Pokemon. Our Raging Bolt player is most likely going to take a minute here to look through their deck, see what's in deck, determine what's prized, so that way they can better inform all their other plays. As they settle on the Squawkabilly EX, pulling it out of the deck with that Ultra Ball to be put into play. The Squawkabilly EX has the Squawk and Seize ability. You can only use it on your first turn, but when you do, you can discard your hand and draw 6 fresh new cards. Spiritual successor to Dedenne. Squawkabilly hits the bench here, joining the Raging Bolt party. Next is Pokestop. Ooh, 1 hit. That Pokegear should go into the hand. But I think they choose not to, actually, since they're just going to use the Squawkabilly Squawk and Seize, discarding the hand and drawing 6 new cards. I think we want an energy attachment here for turn for sure on the active. Actually, going to go for Greninja Concealed Cards first, discarding a Lightning Energy to draw 2 more cards. A Nest Ball is found and played here to further develop the board over on Raging Bolt's side. They find that Origin Form Palkia V and put it into play. Palkia just seems to be everybody's friend, right? The decks you would think it does not synergize with or synergizes little with. I mean, it just enters and just makes things happen. It is a very efficient attacker with its attack cost costing only 2 energy cards. And it's got a lot of HP. This also adds a very powerful V-Star power ability to the deck that it's in. So let's see what happens. Looks like things are about to be passed back over to our Radiant Greninja player. Not before attaching a Lightning Energy to the active Raging Bolt EX. Its attack, Bellowing Thunder, does cost 2 energy cards. It does have the could be relevant Burst Roar attack for a colorless energy. Discard your hand and draw 6 cards, but it looks like our Raging Bolt player likes their hand and just decides to pass things over to our Chien-Pao player. They really need to get Frigibax down. Bidoof down would be nice as well. Yeah, Bidoof. So we got an Irida to play, so that's going to happen. Irida is the supporter card that allows you to search your deck for an item card and a water Pokemon. Item card will most likely be that Buddy Buddy Poffin. Water Pokemon is Chien-Pao EX. Buddy Buddy Poffin is played to search the deck for 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put them on the bench. Double Frigibax finally established here for our Chien-Pao player. So things don't look too bad for them, other than them virtually being 1 turn behind. Pokestop is next, discarding a couple cards and finding an Ultra Ball that gets added to the hand. Frigibax is okay to let go of. I didn't quite catch that other card, but it's gonna have to be okay at this point, as Radiant Greninja discards an energy to draw 2 more cards with its ability. Let's see if our Chien-Pao player can find any more basic Pokemon to add to the bench. Primarily that Bidoof. At least 1 Bidoof, but nope, things are passed over. We got the minimum of the double Frigibax down. So we're good to go for next turn as the Raging Bolt player starts their turn. Not too familiar with this deck and all of its strategies and nuances, but that's why we're learning here in the Professor's Lab today. As a Pokemon catcher is played, Tails is flipped on it, so basically a blank card. If it was heads, it would act like a item Boss's Orders, bringing up one of the opponent's bench Pokemon into the active spot, but Tails on the flip means blank card here. So we are seeing signs of an aggressive Raging Bolt deck. That makes sense, as Raging Bolt just likes to one-shot everything that's in front of it. Let's see if we can launch an attack this turn. Professor Sada's Vitality is a supporter for turn, accelerating a couple of basic energy cards from the discard pile to ancient Pokemon in play, and then drawing 3 cards. Energy going onto the bench, Sandy Shocks EX, and on the active Raging Bolt EX. Next, Greninja uses concealed cards to draw a couple of cards. I think we're looking for a fighting energy now to get the attack off, as Palkia V-Star evolves on the bench. Its Star Portal V-Star power ability is online to accelerate up to 3 basic water energies from the discard pile. 2 Pokemon in play. when the time is right, of course. Nest Ball is the next play. Searching the deck for more basic Pokemon. The Raging Bolt player does play Water Energy, of course, to attack with the Origin Form Palkia V-Star, as well as the Radiant Greninja. A Radiant Greninja Moonlight Shuriken attack, 90 damage to 2 Pokemon, 90-90, would devastate the Chien-Pao player's board, as both Frigibacks on the bench could be taken out of play by that Radiant Greninja. But let's see what our Raging Bolt player can put together here as they find another Raging Bolt with the Nest Ball. It joins the party. We've got a full party of 5 on the bench. 6 if you include the active spot, just like the video game. Do you guys want to see VGC at a Die Hard League? Let me know in the comments. Let's see what our Raging Bolt player has for us. It looks like there's just one Water Energy in the discard pile currently, so I'm not sure if the Greninja Moonlight Shuriken play is available, as they miss the attack and pass things over to Chien-Pao, who instantly plays a rare candy to evolve that Frigibax into Baxcalibur with a super cold ability that allows all the Water Energy to be accelerated from the hand into play. That is the primary engine component to this Chien-Pao deck. Chien-Pao, of course, has the Hail Blade ability, or attack, for 2 Water Energy. Discard any number of Water Energy from your Pokemon in play and do 60 times the amount of energy discarded this way. Also, that can power up the Radiant Greninja's Moonlight Shuriken attack as well. A Pokestop was played, and let's see what the result of that was. We'll go back in time a little bit here in the professor's lab so we can catch that Pokestop. Irido, Water Energy, and Chien-Pao just sent straight to the discard pile. Ouch. I think that's at least 3 Irida in there now in the discard pile. Alright, Lightning Energy discarded with concealed cards to draw a couple more cards to try to piece together the KO combo. It'd be very nice for the Chien-Pao player to KO the active Pokemon, the opponent's active Pokemon with lots of energy attached. I think next is another Earthen Vessel, discarding the Bibarel to search the deck for 2 Water Energy and add them to the hand. I think we at least have a Greninja attack this turn, if our player so chooses to do. Deck's already pretty small, as a Water Energy is attached to the active Greninja to pay retreat. It retreats in the Chien-Pao EX, who uses its Shivery Chill ability to search the deck for 2 more Water Energy to add to the hand. It can only use Shivery Chill when it's in the active spot, of course. Let's see if our Chien-Pao player can get enough Water Energy into the hand for a big Hail Blade KO on the 240 HP opposing a monster. Alright, there's a Superior Energy Retrieval, discarding 2 cards and adding 4 Water Energy from the discard pile back into the hand. I think we've got enough for the KO now. 4 times 60. 24, yeah, exactly. Enough to KO the Raging Bolt that, yep, does have 240 HP. Ooh, but not before that Cypher Maniac's code breaking the legal deck stacker. Search your deck for 2 cards. Shuffle the rest of the cards, and then put those 2 cards on top of the deck in any order you'd like. Looks like Super Rod and Chien-Pao are going to be the targets of that Cypher Maniac's code breaking. Has Pokestop been used this turn? I'm trying to figure out how they're going to draw those cards, unless they're just setting up for next turn. Greninja was used already. Whoa, 4 energy accelerated onto the active Chien-Pao, thanks to Baxcalibur's Super Cold ability. And all those energy will be discarded with the Hail Blade attack, doing 240 damage on the opposing Raging Bolt, taking the KO and the first 2 prizes of the game. Now our Raging Bolt EX player is deciding which Pokemon would be best to promote in the active spot. They decide on that Origin Form Palkia V-Star. And start things off this turn with a Pel Pad to shuffle a couple of Professor Sada's Vitality back into the deck. Next is more recovery with a Super Rod, shuffling a couple energy and a Raging Bolt back into the deck. I think there's at least 1 water energy in the discard pile. So as long as another water energy can be found, Palkia V-Star can attack this turn with Subspace Swell, 60 plus, 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon in play. Nest Ball is played next to increase Subspace Swell's damage. We're going to have 5 on this side, 3, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22. Yep. Subspace Swell on that Origin Form Palkia V-Star is currently doing 220 damage, so long as we can get 2 water energy onto it. 220, of course, is enough to KO the 220 HP Chien-Pao EX on the other side of the table. I don't think they would go this deep unless they had the attack. So let's see what happens. Double water, looks like in the discard pile. Yep. Star Portal, V-Star Power ability, accelerates those 2 energy from the discard onto that Palkia V-Star. We are calculating the Subspace Swell math right now. 220 KO. Return KO, should I say. Frigibax moves to the active spot and play resumes over on its side as a Chien-Pao EX is put onto the bench. How can the Chien-Pao player respond to this 280 HP monster? With a Chien-Pao EX, of course, but they definitely have to get all the water energy from the discard pile into their hand. Pokestop was played there, I think just discarding an Iron Hands, which that's okay currently. Iron Hands, of course, would be nice to knock out the Squawkabilly EX or the Radiant Greninja on the other side, but we don't need it right now. Super Rod and Buddy Buddy Poffin are the 2 item hits off of that Pokestop there with the, like we said, the Iron Hands go into the discard pile. Not too bad of a Pokestop there. Now we need those superior energy retrieval. Super Rod will be played here to shuffle back into the deck some Pokemon or energy, basic energy. Just depends on our Chien-Pao player's strategy here. It's always nice comboing a Super Rod with a Shivery Chill. Let's see what our Chien-Pao player carefully decides on. Chien-Pao, Bidoof, and Water Energy, I believe, get shuffled back into the deck from the discard pile with that Super Rod. And I feel like KO on the Palkia V-Star would be pretty much game, as it'd be very difficult for the Raging Bolt player to respond with enough energy to take the one shot back. But let's just sit back and relax and let our players do the work. Radiant Greninja gets an, or excuse me, Frigivax gets an energy attached to it and retreats into the Chien-Pao EX, who uses Shivery Chill to search the deck for that water energy to add to the hand. And I think we're going to see a superior energy retrieval coming soon. Not before a Buddy Buddy Poffin to bring that recycled Bidoof from the deck back to the field. Next is a Nest Ball to find the Chien-Pao EX. Backup Chien-Pao EX, of course. We already used a Shivery Chill, and we just need a couple of superior energy retrieval. Okay, we're done going into the deck for now with that shuffle. I think Pokestop was played this turn, so I'm curious to see what the move is here for our Chien-Pao player. They got the Cypher Maniacs, so they can get any two cards. Does that just do it? No, I already see I see a superior energy retrieval already in hand, so our player's just working it out. Superior energy retrieval, discarding a couple cards, bringing back 4 water energy from the discard pile to their hand. Those all accelerated, or 5 of them, excuse me, accelerated on to the Chien-Pao, discarded with Hail Blade, taking the KO on the opposing Palkia V-Star. Raging Bolt moves into the active spot. Now, how can they respond? No, they just cannot. They see the writing on the wall and scoop things up. Very cool game there. What'd you guys think of this video and the commentary? Please let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.